Welcome to the Publishing Hour show, where we are here to inform you on how to write your book the right way, the first time, and so much more. Now we have host Apostle Jimmie Jamra, formerly evangelist. Now look and see what we have just for you on the show today. Welcome to the Publishing Hour show with Apostle Jimmie Jamra.
Yeah, this is Apostle Jimmie Jamra with the Publishing Hour show. And we have guest today, Delores Klyvert. I didn't want to mess that up. And she is here with Temple Image. And let me start to say the Publishing Hour is where we inform you on how to write your book the right way the first time and so much more. And today's show is the so much more. Welcome to the show today, Delores.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I am so excited to let our viewers know more about your business, Temple Image. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then Temple Image.
Okay, well, I'm an educator.
Okay.
I've been an educator for many years, over 20 years. And I'm also in the medical field. That's what I do. I educate people in reference to health and in medical issues. Yes. Temple Image.
Yes.
Temple Image is a baby of mine. I started this business in 2004.
Okay.
And I provide a lot of different services. I didn't know what to name my company, but I prayed on it, and I woke up in the morning and I came up with Temple Image.
Wow. Temple Image. That sounds like the body is your temple.
It's all about your body, and image is the reflection of your body. The services I provide reflect everything that you do with your body. I provide paternity. I do paternity services. We collect samples and we let people know if they are the father of the child, even if they are the mother. We have adoption issues sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And if mothers come back years later and they want to find their children, or the children want to find their mother. But paternity DNA is about the body.
Okay.
And we do health education, nutrition. We talk about that. We talk about women's health. And so I do a little bit of that. But paternity and health education has developed over the time, though. We have decided to add new services.
Okay.
And patient advocacy services are new baby.
Let's get back to the paternity testing. I noticed we got a commercial right after this. When we take a break, we'll see her commercial. But you said something about adoption issues, paternity testing on that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes. Occasionally we have more children, adult children. Once they turn 18, they want to know who their birth mother is.
Okay.
And they may have been searching for years, but now that they become legal age, they decide to go further. And if they think they found their mother and the mother's in agreement with it, then to confirm, they reach out to companies like myself and they have a DNA test done.
Oh, wow.
For what's called maternity.
Maternity.
Yes, for the mother. Paternity is for the father's side.
Okay. Wow. So can you give that information, maybe a website or a telephone number? We are here in Richmond. We are on Comcast Cable Richmond, and then we also go all over the world. So a local telephone number, every local telephone number here is
804-272-0238.
And your website?
Is paternity by Temple Image .info.
All right, and we're going to have that at the bottom of the screen. You should be seeing it right now. And so if you have a maternity or paternity testing that you would like to have done, please get in touch with Delores. Now, you talk about fatherhood on your commercial, you talk about child support, custody, insurance, or immigration. Can you talk a little bit about those things?
Yes, there are a lot of reasons to get DNA tests, mainly the paternity test. That's what people are accustomed to hearing. But there are times when we have immigration issues. People who want to come to the country. In order to come to the country and bring their family, they have to prove that this child is theirs, or the mother is their mother, in order to bring that person over here to the country with them.
Wow, I didn't know that. So they actually probably try to sneak other people's kids, like their sisters or whatever kids over. So they have to have that done.
They have to have that proof that, yes, this is my mother. Yes, this is my sister, my father, whoever they want to bring over.
Oh, right. That's interesting to know. This is great information. I really appreciate you being on the Publishing Hour show.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about in the on the paternity testing?
Sure. There's another area of interest, and that's for insurance.
Okay.
People get paternity tests because of insurance issues. There's been a lot of fraudulent cases where people are saying, yes, this is my child, and they put them under their insurance. And sometimes not even knowing, the mother says, yes, this is your child, and even though they're not married, I want this child to have insurance. So especially when it comes to the military, they require that you have a DNA test done if you're not married to the woman.
Wow. I did not know that neither. This is really awesome. I'm just excited you being on the show today. I know there's a lot of people out there that need this information. What else can you tell us about paternity?
Well, with paternity, there's the birth certificate, involvement. A lot of people have babies and they put the name of the father, the alleged father that they believe. And then they find out down the line that the father that they decided is not.
Wow.
And then they want to change the name. And it's not always an easy process. So what we do with Temple Image is we provide a special. If you have us come to the hospital within the first 3 days of the birth of the child, we'll have that DNA paternity test done, and you can have the correct results, knowing who the alleged father is, who the father is, within 3 days, and put the correct name on the birth certificate and don't have to worry about changing the name.
And that can help with custody cases as well, when they're trying to get child support or what have you after the birth of the baby, and they have all this information that they've gathered by calling you guys. They have the exact father, and they have all on the birth certificate, and then when they go to get their child support, they have the proper information. Oh, this is great information that you've given us on the DNA testing, and the way you guys will come into the hospital and help the mothers with their, make sure the paternity is correct. Can you, it may be somebody that's looking at the show right now, and they need to know exactly how to get in touch with you guys, and a little bit more on how the process works once they get to the hospital. Should they call you before, or how should they do that?
That's a good question. Thank you. We have people who call. What they do is call when they're pregnant. And it doesn't matter if they found out they're 3 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant. And they call up, get the information, and take my cell number. I will give out my cell number so they could call me at any time. And then as soon as they're going to the hospital and they get there and they decide they're going to keep them and it's time for the baby to be born, they call me. And I try to come within the first day or two. And in the hospital room, I would then take the samples from the alleged father and child and mother as well. It's good to have all three. And then the results will be back, like I was saying earlier, within 3 business days, in time for them to put the name on the birth certificate.
Wow. can you give your cell phone number out to somebody that may be looking at the show right now? They're pregnant, they want to make sure of the custody of their child because they're unmarried, and whatever information that you would like to give that young lady right now.
Okay, well, I would like to start with my business number again, which is 804-272-0238. And when you call that number and we talk, then I will give you my cell number.
Okay.
But I also have an email contact, which some people do try.
Okay.
And that's the name of the company, Temple Image @hotmail.com. And you can email me at any time and I will get back with you.
Great, great. And we're going to have all that information at the bottom of the screen called the business line. So Delores can talk to you about your DNA testing, or you can email her, and then we're going to have the website as well on there. Is it anything else you'd like our viewers to know about the paternity testing? We talked about the fatherhood, we talked about the custody, we talked about child support. Let's talk about that.
Okay, well, with child support, we do get calls from many different types of people in different situations. When you do a paternity test with us, it's not sponsored by the government. It's a self-pay for paternity results with us. Now, some people don't have the money to do it, and they can go through the government-assisted program and get that. But we are private pay, and for child support, you can go to a lawyer, you could go through the government, you could go through us, but the court will approve our results.
Amen, amen.
We are, I would like to say, we are AABB approved accredited lab.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
We are accredited. We
Okay.
have our initials behind us, meaning that we're governed and accredited. Yes.
Amen, amen. Anything else on paternity before we take this quick break?
Yes, there's one thing I would really like to push, that if you are in doubt, you need to get a paternity test, and you need to do it early. Early is from birth to the end of the first year. Waiting 5, 6, 10, 20 years is way too long. A lot of issues occur. So I suggest to people to get a paternity test early. This way you can nip anything in the bud, or you can grow with it. It's not a lot of money, especially when you're talking about for the rest of your life.
Amen. Well, we're going to go on a break right now, and we'll be right back with Delores, and we're going to talk about her patient advocacy on the next half of the show. So we'll be right back with the Publishing Hour show.
Need to know the paternity of your child? No matter the reason, Temple Image can help ease your mind. Whether you need to establish fatherhood, resolve child support, custody, insurance, or immigration issues, Temple Image offers fast, accurate, and discreet testing. They'll even come to you. Know the truth? Temple Image, 272-0238.
I'm Delores, founder of Temple Image. No matter what your situation, our confidential and quick paternity testing can resolve most any
Back on
fatherhood
the
issue.
Publishing Hour show with Delores Klyvert, and her business is Temple Image. And we talked earlier about paternity testing, but she has a new baby that she has with her business. Tell us, a patient advocate.
It's patient advocate service that we provide.
Amen. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'd like to start by saying that I named it Open Eyes.
All right.
Because I think that explains it. First, I like to also say that I was inspired to do this because of my mother.
Amen.
My mother is in the nursing home right now, short term. She'll be coming out for rehabilitation services. And she's been in nursing homes several times over the years.
Okay.
And I noticed that I go see her a lot, but I noticed that there are times when I have to push for things, push for services, find out why this wasn't done, why this isn't done. And I realized that because I'm there, because I push, she gets things. But I see people who have no one, and they are ignored. They serve people who have people watching over their loved ones.
Wow.
That's what I noticed.
They only serve the people that are watching over their loved ones.
Yes. They give
Yeah.
basic service to other people. Basic services. I have to do this, I will do this, and I'll do this when I get to you.
Wow. So what does patient advocacy, how would that help someone that's in a nursing home and the services are not being done like they know it should be?
Well, how would it help? It would help the client, which is the patient, to get the services and to get their their needs fulfilled as they should get. For instance, let me give you some examples, basic examples. Their laundry.
Okay.
The nursing homes, we're talking about nursing homes, they do their laundry, but there are times when you might find the laundry's not getting done, it's not getting back, they lose their laundry, and it may take somebody looking over their laundry and making sure it's done. Something that simple, or it could be something as important as medications, getting the patient their medications on time, the medications that they're supposed to get.
Wow. So what is it that patient advocacy do?
Well, a patient advocate represents the patient. The patient advocate can also represent the family of the patient. And what we do is open our eyes and we look at the patient and their issues or what they're supposed to get. We look at things such as look at their bodies, make sure they're not being abused, make sure they don't have marks on their bodies, they're not being physically abused. Okay, you might look for black and blue marks. We look to see if they're sad, they're lonely. We also may go to keep them company mentally, making sure that they're getting out and getting activities like they should. Patient advocates also, we speak for the patient. We're the voice for the patient, we're the eyes for the patient. We make sure that the patient is getting quality care.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. And you call it open eyes.
Open eyes. It just came to me. It's because we are there to see. And we report back to mainly the family. Families are the ones that normally will hire us. Sometimes patients are not in a position to know or to take care of their business. And a lot of times the families that hire us, they're not in town or close enough, and they need somebody else to be their eyes.
Amen. Now, what kind of people do you employ with patient advocacy?
Well, we employ all types of people. They could be professionals, medical professionals, coming from different areas like nurses, CNAs, certified nursing assistants. They could be just citizens, working citizens, citizens who have experience with parents, elderly parents, because we can utilize people in many different areas. Maybe there's a billing issue. Well, we need people who know about billing.
Medical billing.
Medical billing.
Okay.
Yes, so the people that we employ are from professionals to just people who have, emotional ties to loved ones.
Amen. So the ones, maybe somebody that's looking at the program today and they have a love for the elderly or the nursing home. They have experienced the things that you have experienced about your mother. How would they get in touch with you, and what is the process of really finding out the right person for this job?
Okay, they would get in touch with us by calling us at 272-0238. We are national, we have a toll-free number as well. It's 888-272-0238. And I mention that because there are people who live out of town but have loved ones in nursing homes in Richmond and surrounding areas.
Okay.
So you can call us, and in addition to that, you said, who are the people that we employ? Well, we employ, like I said, professionals, CNAs, nursing, and if you're interested, all you have to do is call us, email us, and we'll respond to you. And our email again is templeimage@hotmail.com.
I guess I was saying the process. What are you guys looking for the perfect person to fit this mold in the patient advocacy? What would be somewhat of an idea, not not a
General.
Yeah, general.
Okay. Well, we need somebody without a criminal record.
Okay.
Okay. Whoever gets this job has to go through a police report.
Okay.
It's a must. Okay. And sexual offender list. We do check that too, because we don't want that to, we don't need those type of issues.
Okay.
And then they must also take a literacy test
Okay.
with our company, and it's mainly on some basic reading, writing, filling out forms, and also some medical information as well.
Amen, amen. And those are the criteria, some of the criteria that you can look at if you're looking to work with Delores and her company, Temple Image, with the patient advocates, her new baby, Open Eyes.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate on any more of the Open Eyes portion of your company?
Yes. May I?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'd like to talk about who we service mainly, because a lot of times people feel that they have no recourse. Who we service mainly are people, they're usually the children of the loved ones. Usually the loved ones are geriatric.
Okay.
But that's not necessarily so. Yes, there are some young people in nursing homes as well. We mainly cater to people who are in nursing homes and their adult children.
Okay.
Sometimes the adult children live out of town. Sometimes they just on vacation. Sometimes they just need additional help with somebody to go to the nursing home in addition to themselves. They may be an only child. They may work 50 hours a week and they really want to see their mother, let's say their mother, but they don't have the time. They could go one time a week. They could hire somebody like our staff to go in addition to their one time a week, and then we would go sit with your mother, but not just go sit and talk. Our eyes will be open. We will look for depression. We will look for abuse. We will look to make sure that their laundry is done, that they're getting their medication, that they're being treated fairly.
Amen, amen. Now I know it's groups out there, different ministries out there that they like to go into nursing home and do different things. How would they get in touch with you, or what would you recommend them, whatever ministry that they would have that will be good for the Open Eyes project of your company?
Well, what I've experienced is what's needed is, well, when you have a person, you have the holistic part of the person, and it's not always just the physical. Everybody concerns himself with the physical, but it's the spiritual needs, somebody to come in and lift up their spirits, and maybe just be a ear to talk, to do their nails, and a lot of times they do have that in the nursing homes, but it is nice when they have outside visitors to come in and present this spiritual, or just a community sense of community with the people in the nursing home.
So what you say, I'm thinking as you speaking, what's coming to my mind is maybe somebody that has Mary Kay and they want to do a facial. And they could come in there and just do a facial to some of the ladies there, or the men. I mean, they have men products that they can just do the cleanse and stuff.
And there's a lot of men in the nursing homes.
A lot of men in the nursing homes. So they can actually go there and, I mean, not looking for any payments or whatever, just doing something that's in a loving need to give a spiritual, because that's like, you know, cleansing my face and beautifying me. And then they look in the mirror and say, wow, it's time for me to go out and dance or whatever. That lifts up their spirit.
It lifts up their spirit. And that's one of the things we look for is depression. And that will help a person to smile.
Wow. And what about, I do art classes. And would you like somebody like myself, or maybe somebody looking at the show right now, and they do art, they may do crafts, all kind of crafts. Would they be a good person to give you a call to just help out?
Absolutely. Anybody that has a connection, that has something to give, because it's not just physical, it's mental too. And if you have, like you said, you teach art, you have your art skills, yes, people smile. The bottom line is to get them to smile, to get them involved. Not everybody can get involved with their hands, but they can look and they can smile, they can connect. You could sit there and you could do a whole little portrait, a little something, and watch the people smile. People come in with music and watch them tap and beat and nod. They may not be able to speak, but they can hear and they feel, and it makes them feel good.
Wow, I can think of so many varieties of things. So everyone out there that may be looking at the show right now, and you have a gift, a talent that you have, that you can uplift someone that's in a nursing home, and just call Delores, and the number's at the bottom of the screen, and just let her know what gift that God has given to you, so you can bring a smile on someone's face. Is there anything else you want to tell us about Temple Image?
Yes, Temple Image is my baby. I've built it, started to build it in 2004. And the reason for the mission, my mission is to provide a service that will educate people and get them to respect their body, to learn their body. It's very important to know your body and to just grow with that.
Amen, amen.
And there's many ways to do that, and we try to do it in many ways.
Well, I am so excited that you came on the show today, and I know our viewers excited, and I know your phone will be blowing up with all kind of the first half of the show we talked about maternity, and the second half of the show we talked about patient advocacy, and I know that is a real need out there for the viewers.
Yes.
Anything else you'd like to say about anything about your company? Anything that you'd like the viewers of the Publishing Hour to know?
Yes. In addition, a small piece, I do health education.
Oh,
I will speak to groups of women about female issues, about health and wellness. So if anybody would like a speaker, I will do this all on a volunteer basis. This is my way of giving back to the community, because I believe to receive, you must give. And so I give to the community by speaking to groups of women on health and wellness. So once again, my number is 272-0238. It is toll free and it is local. 804 local, 888 toll free.
Amen, amen. And again, I thank you for coming to the Publishing Hour show today. And God,
Woman, God Got Your Back, a 3-day powerful conference, October the 11th, 12th, and 13th, with morning classes, preaching, and nightly service. Don't miss Woman with a Plan, How to Restore. Speakers, Apostle Johnny Whitney, Apostle Taper from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Apostle Jimmie, Pastor James and Don Friday from Richmond, Virginia. Go to www.jdiministries.org to register today. Thank you for watching the Publishing Hour show with host Apostle Jimmie. I know you enjoy the show today. If you'd like a copy of the show, please look on the screen with the show number along with the email address, and we will be more than happy to send you the show. And thank you again for watching the Publishing Hour show with host Apostle Jimmie. Have a wonderful and blessed day.